You know, in the world of modern architecture, the whole conversation has really shifted. It's not just about creating these beautiful, towering structures anymore. It's about environmental responsibility. We're asking this really critical question. How do we build for a growing population without completely depleting our planet? This question is right at the heart of a huge shift in design, and we're going to explore what that actually looks like.
I mean, we all love seeing a stunning modern building, right? But as our cities just keep getting bigger, the demand for new construction puts this immense pressure on our natural resources. So while we're building higher and faster, there's this growing understanding that the buildings of tomorrow have to do more than just give us shelter. They have to exist in harmony with the planet.
And that really brings us to the core of this whole explainer. We see the sleek lines, we see the impressive facades, but what's the story behind the materials? What is the actual environmental price tag on the places we live and work in every day?
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by digging into what I'm calling our concrete problem. Then we'll check out timber's big comeback as a solution. After that, we'll tackle construction's serious thirst for water, peek inside sustainable interiors, and then wrap it all up with the new philosophy that's guiding this entire movement.
All right, first up, let's look at the very foundation of modern construction. And, well, uncover why the stuff we've relied on for so long has become such a massive problem.
For decades, concrete and steel have been the absolute go-to materials for building. And look, there's a good reason for that. They're incredibly strong and super durable. But that strength, it comes at a really high environmental price. In fact, just producing concrete is responsible for about 8% of the entire world's carbon emissions. That makes it one of the largest industrial polluters on the planet.
But what if one of the best solutions out there isn't new at all? What if it's something ancient, just completely reimagined for the modern world? Well, that brings us to the triumphant return of timber.
So meet cross-laminated timber, or CLT for short. For centuries, timber was a key building material, but then brick and metal kind of took over. Now, though, modern engineering has brought it roaring back. CLT is made by layering and bonding wood in a way that makes it just as strong as concrete. Seriously, it's a total game changer. And when you put these two side by side, the difference is just stark. Making concrete pumps out huge amounts of carbon. Wood, on the other hand, actually stores it. And notice the weight difference. Because CLT is so much lighter, buildings made from it need way less concrete for their foundations, which cuts the carbon footprint even further. It's a renewable resource that takes a lot less energy to produce. It's a win-win.
Now, sustainable building isn't just about the solid materials we use. There's another critical resource we have to talk about: water.
The amount of water used in construction is just staggering. A single large project can guzzle millions upon millions of gallons. But that's just to build it. Once the building's up and running, all the people inside continue to use water day after day, year after year. It all adds up to a massive hydrological footprint.
So how do we fix this? Well, innovative designs are now including systems to harvest rainwater. They can also recycle what's called gray water. That's the gently used water from sinks and showers, and use it for stuff like flushing toilets. And of course, a really simple one, just installing efficient fixtures can save a huge amount of water over the long run. Okay, so we've covered the structure and the plumbing. Now, let's step inside. Because when we're talking about sustainability, every single little detail matters.
The material choices inside a building really show this new way of thinking. So instead of synthetic carpets, you might find eco-friendly cork or bamboo floors. Furniture might be made from beautiful reclaimed oak and countertops from recycled glass. Even the design of the space itself plays a part. Those huge windows, they're not just for a great view. They're a strategic choice to let in as much natural light as possible and cut down on electricity.
So here's the crucial point. This is so much more than just a checklist of green products. It really represents a fundamental shift in how we think about architecture itself.
I absolutely love this analogy from the source. It points to a deeper, more thoughtful understanding of materials. It's not just about grabbing any old stone. It's about knowing which one to use and where. You know, like picking a super durable granite for a high-traffic cafeteria floor, but maybe choosing a different stone found in a local riverbed for a cool decorative touch in the lobby. It's about really appreciating the texture, the origin, and the best use for every single element.
And that all leads to the ultimate goal here. It's about working with nature, not against it. It's about creating structures that harmonize humanity with the materials of our planet, making sure that we build not just for us today, but for all the generations to come. So the next time you look at a building, think about this.
Is it just a shelter, or is it something more? Is it a statement, a physical representation of the kind of future we really want to build for ourselves and for everyone who comes after us? It's a pretty powerful question to think about.